Most games create unique and satisfying experiences that have a clear goal with mechanics to support it. Celeste shows Madeline's development through the application of the dash, and FromSoft games have a dark fantasy world with item descriptions to create interesting world building. Now, none of us have a AAA game budget to create our dream game, but we can create fundamentally whole and unique experiences. So let's look at how the indie game Card Shark achieves this to get a better perspective. Card Shark is an indie game created by Nerial, the makers of Reigns, and published by Devolver Digital that takes place in 18th century France about a mysteriously mute character making his way from a waiter to a rich card player. The player uses real card tricks to trick and swindle high-status individuals while discovering their own origins as a seemingly mute orphan. While this sounds cool and all, the longer you play, the more you notice that it's a glorified memorization game. You kind of just see the pattern that you practiced earlier, then click the right buttons. Yet as funny as this will sound, that's the point. It'd be a bit difficult to learn a whole new card game when we should focus on other parts of the game. The well-written story, the stylized artwork, and the oh-so-satisfying music. The main goal of the game was to give the feeling of being a real card shark, and each of these aspects I just mentioned help support that goal. But what if I told you that you don't have to be the best artist or the best musician to make a fundamentally sound game? What if I told you that all you need are simple concepts layered together? Let me explain. Some of the most complex pieces of media are created by layering simple concepts on top of each other to create a whole experience. If you think back to high school English classes, you probably remember having to break down a passage from a book or a poem you had to read for homework, having to find the true meaning behind all of the rhetorical devices that the author put in. But each individual metaphor or simile was quite simple. The sun setting signified the end of a character, or a small tree sprout could represent the potential of something great. But put it all together, and the author created a small but satisfying passage for the reader. That's enough literature talk though. How can we apply this to our own games and design? Let's brainstorm a quick game idea. I'm going to use MS Paint because I am not a good artist. Let's say that you're a small robot in a post-apocalyptic world with almost no signs of life. You have woken up and will now explore the area to find out how things came to be. The main goal of this game? Building a world for the player to explore and be a part of something greater than themselves. In the game, all the other dead robots the player sees in their journey have had their energy drained by some hidden group or entity, and they are here to help restore the world back to its natural state. There can be journal entries or dialogue to support this idea of desolation and the steady decline of the game world. Sound familiar? This idea is almost identical to the game Stray. You start out getting separated from your little group of cats, all the way to becoming part of something greater than yourself. You find out how it became a dark and infested landscape and help restore it back to its natural state. So through this layered cake of ideas, we can stack simple concepts that come together to create a fundamentally sound game idea that can inspire others to make something just like it. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the start of a video series I wanted to create for a while now. I want to create videos where I can show parts of games that are otherwise hidden or not talked about often, so to see how we can learn and apply those ideas into our own work. You can catch me over on twitch.tv/bosspug15. There you can see me doing game development or just hanging out playing games with friends. And I know my mic is terrible, I might get a new one. Okay, bye.